Time to welcome back KUSI golf analyst Don King, back by popular demand, making back-to-back appearances. Second round impressions?
Oh, you know what? That North course, it's just as hard as the South course now.
Did you ever think you were going to say that?
I never thought I'd say that, and it's good to see. It's pretty equal now. The putting, but it was all about watching Tiger try and make the cut. That's what the whole tournament was about today.
The consensus was, certainly in the Golf Channel was, the consensus was making the cut was the reasonable goal, mission accomplished. Still spraying the ball, but scrambling quite well.
Spraying the ball, yeah, that's putting it mildly. He had hit 3 fairways all day today, but you know what? He was tenacious out there. He grinded. You know, it used to be, that was his probably B game. His B game used to win. Now it's just an average tour player, you know.
Excellent observation. Can you just talk a little bit about the fact that, okay, he's 30 or 40 yards off the mark, but all these guys, when they make mistakes like that, they're so far downrange that it's an easier scramble than when we were 30 or 40 yards off the mark.
Right, well, they have length, and he has lots of length. But you know what he did so well today, Paul? He chipped and putted very, very well.
Even from tight lies, which has been his bugaboo.
Right.
Here's Tiger Woods after the round. Take a listen and react to this.
It's hard to make anything drop when most of my putts are from 40 feet on. Yeah. So it was nice to get one, to fall in there and get something positive going into the back nine. And I knew I needed to get to, probably 2 under par to be safe. I mean, which is crazy to think about. That there's 70+ guys within 8 shots of the lead. It's just crazy.
We'll get your comments on that, but when he really needed it, remember when Tiger needed to make a birdie or something, he would come up with a shot like this from the tall grass. This is his last hole of the day, and pretty sweet. Sets up the 2-putt.
Made a nice birdie. That was not an easy 2-putt.
Yeah,
that
from
he made
70
for birdie.
feet.
He had to birdie it. But the shot that really impressed me was the shot he hit on number 6, his 15th hole of the day, that up and down. He short-sided himself, hit the flop shot up there about 2 feet to save par.
And that saved par and saved his day. Because
absolutely.
As it turns out, he needed the throw.
He had a nice back nine.
But here's his lag that you're talking about from 70 feet.
Made it real easy on himself. He hit it up there to a foot. Heck, I can even make that, Paul. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. So Lefty had it as low as, Lefty was Lefty. Could talk a little bit about his round. He's 5 off the pace.
Well, up and down, but he was more up today. Okay, he had 23 putts. Come on, 23 putts. I think he hit 11 greens. He had some wayward shots. Had driver. He hit one in the hazard. Had to take a drop. I think he made double on that hole. But had a really nice start. That was 4 under at the start. First 9 holes, 4 birdies, no bogeys. Then had a little struggle on the back. He maintained. He's 6 under. He's in there.
We forget what it would mean to this town and to him to win this for a 4th time.
Yeah,
the place would go bonkers.
Oh, it's going to be crazy out there though with Tiger and Phil. And I just heard, I think Brandon say Tiger's going off number 10.
Yeah, so they're going to be
Phil's
intersecting
number 1, and that'll be crazy.
That will not be the time to use the bathroom because that'll be. This is Phil after his round of his Southside 68.
Fun front 9, and it was a lot of work on the back, and it's kind of how I just play. It's just kind of the way I play. Hit a lot of good shots, hit a lot of bad shots. Mentally, when I'm really focused and sharp over the shot, I hit some really good shots, and sometimes I just have a hard time keeping that focus throughout the shot. I hit some crazy ones, so it's just the way I play.
Look at that scorecard. There are circles, double circles, boxes. I mean, have you ever seen a guy play such good and bad golf in a 30-minute period?
Well, like you said, that's the way he plays. I mean, he sprays a little bit, but he's so creative. He can hit those short shots, and he makes putts, and that's how you score. And he keeps himself alive in the tournament.
Which brings us to a feel-good story. Ryan Palmer, no relation to Arnie. A lot of people think he's his grandson.
Right.
But there must be pressure having that as your last name, right? But he finishes eagle birdie to shoot a 67 on the North course to have the halfway lead. We're going to look at some highlights of him. Tell us why he's the feel-good story.
Well, he's feel-good because, you didn't see a lot of him last year, and I didn't realize it, but his wife had breast cancer, stage 2. She's got a clean bill of health. She's doing well, and he's back on tour, so, boy, it'd sure be nice to see him win one after what he went through the last year or 2.
And here he's talking about exactly that after the round.
A little weight off our shoulders, knowing we're full exempt for the rest of the year. Knocking out our medical last week, and plus I played well last week. Just I kind of faltered there in the middle of the back 9 on Sunday. So, but I came here with a lot of confidence from there, having that weight lifted, knowing I'm full exempt, and kind of frees you up a little bit more. But I still got work to do to, get back in the winner's circle and, retain my car for next year. So.
that having that card is everything, right? I mean, you forget the pressure that are on these guys.
Well, you have a job, and you can plan your schedule. You don't have to ask for exemptions or try and qualify through the Monday qualifiers.
All right, you know the game we play. I show you a golfer. You have 15 seconds to tell us something we don't already know. We'll start with defending champion Jon Rahm.
Well, there's not too much people don't know about him. He's been playing so well. He's 23 years old. If he becomes the #1 player in the world, if he wins this event, he will be the second youngest before Tiger.
Dustin Johnson's going to be unhappy about that, considering that he's only been around.
Yeah, it'll just make Dustin hungry.
Okay, and up next is
that Luke List?
Yeah, that's Luke List.
Luke List, yeah. He hasn't been playing well. He's missed his last 3 cuts. He's missed his last 2 cuts at the Farmers. But he had like 8 birdies today and a couple bogeys. He makes a mean omelet, I heard.
And Jason Day could barely bend over yesterday. That's 340 yards on the fly, it seems.
Yeah, he played the North Course as good as anyone's played it in the last couple of years. He shot, 8 under, no bogeys, 8 birdies.
And the low San Diego, Michael Kim.
Yeah, Michael Kim, Torrey Pines grad, #1 college player when he was at Cal. And when he was an amateur, remember at the Marion, he was in the lead on Saturday. So the kid can play. This means a lot to him, this tournament.
Another feel-good story if he wins. There's a lot of feel-good stories out there.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at the locals and just get your reaction. Some made it, some didn't.
Yeah, good to see Charlie played well, and J.J. Spawn has played well, but the guys Xander struggled a little bit, didn't make a lot of birdies. I think he made 1 birdie, and the young guys end up missing the cut, but we'll see a lot of those names in the future.
This was your prediction on Thursday. We'll relive it one last time.
Well,
look at your camera. Tell the people, you got 10 seconds. Who's going to win the tournament?
Well, I wish he wasn't leading right now because I liked him from the start. I like Tony Finau. I really do. And you want a mulligan, or are we going to stick with it? I'm going to play my original ball. I'm sticking with it. Tony Finau is going to win it all. Yeah.